It's Week 12 of the National Football League.
And at center stage, it's the Raiders' creative quarterback. He was a tour de force a week ago, 6 passing touchdowns.
It's the Raiders and the Broncos.
All that and more coming up next.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for... The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
There's been a lot of talk coming into this week, Mike, about whether or not he'd be able to keep this hot streak going. And while I don't know if he'll be able to produce that absurd stat line like he did a week ago, I think he's more than capable of having another strong outing here in this one. I mean, somehow, if he can replicate last week's success, I think it's pretty safe to say he's got a chance to leave here with another win.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to keep it himself.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. He finds the rookie from Georgia, Brock Bowers. That's the first grab of the game for the man leading the entire league in receptions coming into the weekend. He gets his team a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. That one caught by Adams. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A peek at his receiving numbers from a week ago, part of the offensive performance that led them to victory. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On the ground, this is Hunt. And he's going to get him a first down here across midfield and down to the 45.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now a carry for Hunt. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. This is incomplete. we do have a penalty flag down. Let's see what this call is. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Gonna get that complete. Jacoby Myers.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that second down sack brings up 3rd and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Back to throw. This one is caught by Gallup. And that'll give him lots of room. Out of bounds, up beyond the 30-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. First down, Vegas.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. And we're back in Vegas after this. Couple of first downs to start this drive. They're 1st and 10 up at the 42. He'll look to throw. Now he takes off. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
Mike, anytime you're preparing to play a quarterback like this, the defense has to be prepared to keep him in the pocket. Once he gets out, we can see clearly why he is such a threat with his legs.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Looking middle, and he's got Myers. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. 1st and 10. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Back to the air one more time. That's caught left side by Bowers. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. That touchdown, lucky number 13 on the season.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, like it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect.
Offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Finding his tight end, Mayer. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Out quickly, and it's Adams. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7.
At the 45-yard line.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Right back to Adams. He's got it again. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Here's a run with Hunt. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They're able to convert on 3rd and short, picking up 4.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Back to the air once more on second down. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He'll try to run for it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He's got it at the 3. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And another great throw right there, Mike. And when you take a look at the numbers, they certainly don't lie. He has just been flat out terrific in this first half. His ability to spread the ball around, take what the defense has given him, they've certainly...
Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. As you can see there, he's not only getting closer to a passing title, but closing in on a 5,000-yard campaign. Throwing now from the gun. He'll get this complete to his tight end Bowers. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And he's going to get him a first down. The tackle made up around the 20-yard line.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 19-yard line.
They'll throw out of the gun. Now problems. He loses the football near his own goal line. But defense has got it. And a mistake by the young quarterback, and this defense gobbles it up and takes it in for the score.
You know, Mike, unfortunately, this is sometimes just the reality of playing with a rookie quarterback behind center. You're going to get a lot of magic. You're going to get a lot of fun moments, but you're also going to get a little bit of this learning curve, understanding sometimes just it's better to live to play another day. Get the ball out of your hand. Don't take the hit. Don't take the sack. And definitely don't cough up the ball.
Raiders offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's used his legs to great effect this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design, as you check out the league leaders in quarterback rushing yards. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll complete it to Adams. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard.
At the 39-yard line.
They'll look to throw. This throw right side is caught by Adams. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. Now they'll set up to throw. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Michael Mayer, the tight end, was targeted with that one. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. This one complete to Bryant. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's got the tight end, 𝚘𝚘. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do. And man, the play action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. He'll drop to throw. Now they'll set up the screen for Hunt. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield. 3rd down, 3 to go. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He gets this complete, finding Adams.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Off he goes. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. That's good for 27 and a first down. Back to throw. That is caught at the 3. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He'll look to throw. To the goal line and in. Harrison Bryant. Touchdown, Vegas.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. They'll begin here on the ground. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll look to set up the screen here. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
How often do we see, Mike, the running back, they get a little too antsy and they go a little too fast on these screen plays. In this case, great job by the back. First, he let his offensive lineman go out. He then follows behind. That's the key to a good screen play.
He runs with it.
I can tell you from firsthand, Mike, seeing it unfold, runs like this demoralize any defense. I mean, he's been doing it pretty much since the beginning of the game, and they have yet to find an answer for keeping him under wraps. He has run wild from that quarterback position.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. He'll run again.
That's just great awareness there, Mike. He's looking downfield. He doesn't see anything, but he is locked in to get that first down. He tucks it, becomes a runner, and gets past the marker.
Now a give on the ground. And let's give him about 4 on that one. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. There's that man again. Another catch. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. This is caught at 2. And he'll take it on in. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. 2nd touchdown for him in the game. Number 14 on the year. And with that touchdown pass, he draws even with the Hall of Famer Peyton Manning. Most touchdown passes in a single season. They share the record now with 55 each. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
At the 34-yard line.
First carry of the game for Alexander Madison. Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Again, it's Madison. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They are able to move the sticks. It's a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
They'll stick with Madison. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now this time they'll look to throw.
When you think back to the first half, Mike, just how well he threw the ball, and you thought maybe this defense would come up with some answers in the second half to slow him down, but so far that has proven to not be the case.
3rd and a yard. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Good awareness there on 3rd down. He's thinking there's nothing there, tuck it and head for the sticks. He's able to get the first down himself, avoid any big contact, and the biggest thing is he keeps the drive alive.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. There he goes again.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
He's got Myers on the completion. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Terrific day throwing the ball, and the numbers now show it. Over 300 yards passing in this one. Here's 1st and 10. He'll go right back to Myers. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air like you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an income.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Las Vegas. That's the big one. Touchdown pass number 56 on the year. He breaks Peyton Manning's all-time mark. Manning threw 55 in 2013. That record goes down here. Right away, they'll set up to throw. To the left side, and Adams has it. His 11th grab of the game, and a first down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking middle, and he's got Myers. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. Let's see if they can put this one out of reach.
Brings up second and goal at the 9-yard line.
9 yards from the end zone for second down and goal. They'll look to throw. That's brought in by Myers. Stopped at the 6, and that sets up third and goal.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Third and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Vegas. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. And his sensational season continues. That touchdown catch, number 20 on the year. Now, faking the give. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
Rudy Ford there on the coverage.
So second down, and they'll run it. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard. A tough spot here. Third and long. Side, it's complete. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. They cannot stop him. That's 13 catches in the game. That one for a first down. And he gets to the outside. Greg, in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Drive will start on the ground. Into space. To the 20. And they're not going to run it down. He goes all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
It's first down, and they'll run.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
They get 15 on that game. Good for a Raider first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's going to keep it himself.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner, and that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the first down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
Taking a shot downfield for Adams. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
So this one, a win for the Raiders. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the second time this year.
I love this team. And the one thing about them is they go out each and every week and they want to make sure they put their imprint on this game. That's why they are top 5 offense. But it's all about the people on the field. Yeah, I know coaches can sit in their rooms and draw up these plays and they can be dominant that way. But if you don't go I love this team. And the one thing about them is they go out each and every week and they want to make sure they put their imprint on this game. That's why they are top 5 offense.